Please, 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. Before I do that,
I don't write.
so I move that specified to suspend for the business of the house to
Any second that? All those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. Very good.
Thank you. So, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving us this opportunity. I've asked Ms. and she has kindly consented that I should speak on behalf of the council. Thank you for that consideration.
Speak for the women of Sierra Leone.
Yes. Yeah, the women of Sierra Leone, because that's what all of us are supporting. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, today is another very important day, like all speakers have expressed, that we have nominees for approval, but we have a very special one amongst the nominees that we need to talk about. But before I do so, let me appreciate His Excellency the President, because we always cry as women of Sierra Leone that we want to see representatives at every level of governance. And today, that has been properly demonstrated. We have our fine ladies of substance, that are going to different offices to represent us. I want to quickly say His Excellency has done well, because he always thinks of that. He always look amongst women, eminent women, to see how much they can represent us. What I can say in this life, you are going to those offices as good civilians. If you check, you see there are more qualified ladies in Sierra Leone. Qualification for ladies is not a problem. We have our ladies out there, but if you have been chosen, make sure you do the work and do it effectively and make us proud as women of Sierra Leone. Now, quickly, Mr. Speaker, let me move to an eminent brother of ours as Sierra Leoneans. Much has been said about him. Much has been said. I am in the appointment committee, and I listened to all what he said. I want to assure this house that I have every confidence in what he told us in that committee. He has already started demonstrating it. He is not on apprenticeship. He is not going to that office as an apprentice. He is going there with wealth of experience. He has proven records that we can trust him. And that is why I stand here to approve, to give my word, to support all others who've spoken before me, to say that I'm proud of him. But Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I'll be remiss in my duty as a member of the great school from home, St. Andrew's Secondary School, if I don't talk about Mr. Sylvester Alpha as a member of that association. I'm proud of you. You have made us proud. You know, we too have produced students that can now man the affairs of Sierra Leone. Today we have the job. We used to have a secretary to the president. We have all these very good Sierra Leoneans that have served in these offices. But this time around, Mr. Alpha, you are not just going there to serve Osasa. You are going there to represent Osasa. You know our motto, that we will be of service. You are going to serve Sierra Leone this time, not only St. Andrews. And one thing, Mr. Speaker, We don't only serve the candidates, but we always serve in any capacities on the process. So today, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Mr. Alpha, I don't need to go into history of what our colleagues on the other side always do. You know, if it is not theirs, it is bad. If it is a suggestion from somebody else, particularly from this other wing, it is always bad. But if it is theirs, it is always good. Don't mind them. Be just mindful of being a civilian. Be mindful of the fact that, like others have said, you are going to that office to bring peace to this country. And I know that you are going to serve us effectively and diligently. In the appointment committee, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, you promised to work with women, eminent women, who will be visiting you, who will be visiting your office, who will be performing oversight functions, who will be going there to check and see how many women you have in your office. We want to see women perform. They are there. We are here. We are here performing. So you have more to perform. We're visiting to see that happens. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, today we have Mr. Alpha, and we believe that the fate of Sierra Leone's democracy lies in his hands. And I believe and I support the approval of Mr. Alpha, because I know when he gets to that office, he's going to serve Sierra Leoneans. I wish you well, and I wish all the other nominees well. I congratulate you in advance, and I hope that you diligently serve in the different offices you will assume. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, today I'm in Mazino. If you want to address me properly. You address me as the Mazino. Yes. Chef Alaji Dovecho. Mr. Speaker, honorable members. Mr. Speaker, I'm here today because, and I believe so, together with colleagues, members of Parliament, because we trust not in the wisdom only of President Julius Maada Bio, but we also trust that Section 170, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act No. 6 of 1991, has been adhered to in full. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, for the edification of the public, you will permit me to read subsection 1 of Section 170. It reads, the laws of Sierra Leone shall comprise A, this Constitution. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, because of this Constitution, that was why when the Agreement of National Unity was drafted, in the preambles, paragraph C of the preamble states, and I read, noting that the laws of the Republic of Sierra Leone, especially the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act No. 6 of 1991, are sacrosanct. Mr. Speaker, I have never seen a constitution or the governor, as Kelsin called it, being suspended when a democratic government is in power. Mr. Speaker, I have never seen that. Mr. Speaker, permit me to take you to the Constitutional Review Committee documents, particularly page 242, the CRC of Justice Edmund Kawa. Their recommendation on 8.10, it reads, with your name, Mr. Speaker, it said the issue of the appointment of electoral commissioners was thoroughly debated and due consideration was given to all submissions and position papers. The CRC therefore recommends that there should be no change to Section 32(3) of the 1991 Constitution. Mr. Speaker, let me shock you and surprise you. That the recommendation of the CRC of Justice Edmund Kawa, late, in the white paper published by the APC-led government, this is the white paper. Mr. Speaker, the recommendation and the response of government reads thus. It said that Section 32(3), which provides for the appointment of the Electoral Commissioner by the President after consultation with leaders of all political parties and subject to the approval of Parliament, government's response is this: government accepts this recommendation and retains Section 32(3). Mr. Speaker, I've never seen a president in power who is exercising Section 71 of his powers, of his sacred powers, pursuant to Section 53, the executive powers, that was decided by the Supreme Court of this country, and that president is told by an opposition that is in haste. Everybody should be in haste at this particular point in time, because we have been in this chamber in the 5th Parliament. When appointments were made 1 year to elections, they say those appointments have been made with the trickery to win the election. Now, appointment is made 2 years before the election. You say the president is in a rush. What should this president do? Mr. Speaker, well, let me tell the nation what happened. The point is the fact that the APC has been in power for 35 continuous years. The APC is of the full assumption that this country belongs to them. Mr. Speaker, this is the fact. You say, I have been saying this and I will not allow anybody to tell you, because the public is gullible, that my father was APC. My own father, biological father, Tranga APC, Mr. Speaker, SO2. But I grew up under him in his house and he realized that what he was doing was not right. Because what he was doing, he was employed at the time during Chaka Stephen to carry ballot boxes and to take them to Chaka Stephen. That was his job, to rig election.
A faithful son.
So, Mr. Speaker, because of that, the APC always believed that this country belongs to them. And they see us in the SLPP, SO2, that Naneke or the Kaneke. They give us opportunity. I have not seen a party that has acted in bad faith and that is as deceitful than the APC. Because even the agreement of national unity that they kept on referring to, Mr. Speaker, says the constitution of this country is sacrosanct. Their own white paper says that we should retain Section 32(3). Why do they think, as members of Parliament, that a proposal presented by a minister, by a government, will be passed by this House? What created that impression? Where does that assumption born from? It is because they feel that the public is gullible and the public does not have time to read. And the public only allows and accepts whatever they say, hook, line, and sinker. Mr. Speaker, that is why the press, the fourth estate, should be objective enough. They should do their research. And they must say the truth as they are. Because any attempt to change the context, any attempt to brand what they think should please the opposition is an attempt to create and render this country in dispute. The APC should know that President Biyo is the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. If he had acted unconstitutionally, Mr. Speaker, I will not be here today. Because the provision in Section 32, which requires him to consult with other political parties, Mr. Speaker, I heard the last time somebody said we have to define consultation. I think consultation is properly defined in Section 171(14). Mr. Speaker, with your leave. So 171(14), it says, we are under any provision of this Constitution, any person or authority authorized or required to exercise any function after consultation with some other persons or authority, the person or authority shall not be required to act in accordance with the advice of that other person or authority. And the question whether such consultation was made shall not be inquired into by any court of law. When I came in this morning, I saw my leader strenuously submitting evidence of approval of consultation. It is because we have a president that is civilized. Mr. Speaker, that is all. Because we have a president that is civilized. In the SNPP, I have been in the SNPP as a boy. I was there when John Opojo Benjamin was consulted via the phone on the appointment of Dr. Christian Atok. That, the president wants to appoint Christian Atok, so there's a lot of. And that was it. That was the consultation. The consultation ended at a phone call, one phone call. But President Julius Maada Bio, because he's civilized.
I think that was unfair.
No, it's Christian Atok. 2012. It's Christian Atok, the appointment of Christian Atok.
2012. Yes. Okay, yes, 2012.
Unfortunately, you have moved. Unfortunately, you have moved.
He's a leader, Honorable Bakura.
Unfortunately, you have moved, but are we?
Please, sir, for clarity purpose, I want to make it clear.
Okay, I think that was the second appointment of Christian Atok.
Mr. Top.
Yes. Okay. Yes, proceed.
He clearly made it known here that as a chairman of all political parties, then political parties are invited at State House, not on phone calls, we talk on the issue, including the assembly.
Mr. Speaker, he has said in his debate that when Ufali was appointed, he was the chairman of APA. When Dr. Christian Atok was appointed, I am sure he was the leader for the second time in 2012. I am sure he was the leader of UDM. I don't know, but I'm sure he was the leader of UDM. So I don't know what position is espousing, but I know my position is clear and straightforward. So if you have a civilized president in government, a Democrat, a man that believes that the constitution of this country, which puts him as the guardian of this constitution, the guardian of this law, sends out letters to political parties, allow political parties. I had a particular political party invited the proposed nominee for an interview, and the nominee obliged accordingly. Mr. Speaker, for him to have allowed all of that, it's because he believed in the sacrosanctity of this constitution. So I see no reason why the APC is not here. They are not here because they intend to use the playbook of 2007, and it will not work. It will not work. You see, those that were in parliament at that time, they were timid. They were afraid. And let me tell you what is in this election for me. It's my life, Mr. Speaker. I was born in the Western area. My family hail from Tonkoliba. So if anything happens in this election, I have nowhere to go. I will fulfill the scripture that the foxes have holes, that the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man will have no place to lay his head. So if a president appoints the electoral commissioner, whom has been in that position, he has been in that commission for a very long time. He has been there when the APC won. In fact, I have said on the radio that when the APC was struggling to empanel commissioners in 2012 for the result to have validity, Mr. Speaker, he was there. Can we say he has already set a stage that he will not be a fair umpire? No. He has been patriotic. Period. And there is also something I want to say, Mr. Speaker, before I sit. People will go up the notion that, oh, the APC was not here, or the APC is not in the chamber, so the approval of the electoral commissioner is conditional. It is not. Section 89 of this constitution is clear what constitutes quorum of parliament. Mr. Speaker, I'll read it, so nobody will leave this place with doubt in their mind that, oh, the commissioner was not properly approved. It says quorum in parliament. It says if objection is taken by any member of parliament that they are present in parliament, besides the person presiding, less than 1/4 of all members of parliament. And in this parliament, 1/4 is 37. I'm sure we're more than 37. So whatever we decide here forms part of the decisions of Parliament. So the public should know this. So, Mr. Speaker, 62, we are still more than 62. And the paramount chiefs are here. The APC is represented ably. And let's assume that the APC did not come at all. The point is, the quorum of Parliament in the Constitution has been fulfilled. So, Mr. Simon Alpha, as you go to your office, I would encourage you. I know the Public Election Act of 2022 did not take into consideration, Mr. Speaker. That is my concern. I've started saying it. The role, responsibility, and duties of election observers. We have seen the way election observers have threaded into uncharted territories, trying to fuel conflict in this country. I would advise you that as we try to define set rules for election observers, let us have election observers that have credible CSOs, or let us have election observers that are not faceless. Because I will tell you particularly, I had another tool from my brother from Moyamba. He mentioned a particular election observer, new according to their manual, supposed to be a conglomerate of 300 plus CSOs. We must examine those CSOs, Mr. Speaker. We have a governance committee in this Parliament, and Section 93(4) gives you the power to empanel a committee to investigate issues of public interest. That is an issue of public interest. Because if NEW is being funded by international organizations for and on behalf of 300 CSOs that are not in existence, it's an issue of public interest. It is of public interest. Like it or not. So I am concerned that an entity that claims to have 375 other organizations as part of its body is unable to summon a meeting of 20 of them to make a decision. And besides, you cannot observe an election when your democratic credential is under question. So somebody has been at the helm of NEW for more than 15 years. And if you attempt to amend the constitution to give the president a third term, they will tell you it's unconstitutional. What is she doing? Is it constitutional? We need to know. The document needs to be produced to Parliament. So we understand exactly the people that are going to observe our elections, whether they have the credential. So, proposed nominee, when you go to your seats, I encourage you to look at all of your observer missions to make sure that they meet the threshold that you will set for the election. Make sure the preparation for the next election is watertight. That no political party, including us, the SLPP and the APC, will complain. What we want is free, fair, and transparent election. Something that is very, very difficult to attain, Mr. Speaker. To date, in the State of the Union, a few days ago, President Trump is still proposing that America now uses an election identification card. Because in his view and in his opinion, elections were rigged in America from time immemorial. These are not my words. He said it in the State of the Union. He has said this over and again. So you are occupying a very delicate balance. Like the judges. To arbitrate between human beings is very difficult. But we have seen what Cover has done. He has been able to uphold the balance. He has been a good arbiter. We trust you. We trust your experience. We trust your patriotism. So the other nominees, Mr. Speaker, we want to wish you well. I'm sorry, your appointment is not contentious. And your appointment does not require any constitutional explanation. But for him, we also need to explain why we are here. We are here not because we are SLPP or because of President Bill. We are here because of Section 97. We are representatives of the people of Sierra Leone. So whatever that comes to us, we are going to treat it with the seriousness it deserves. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to join other speakers to seek the blessing of this Parliament to expeditiously approve these nominees so that they can go to their offices. Thank
you. Leader of government business. Thank you. Thank you very much, my Deputy Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Mohamed Bangura. I've met you for over 20 years. A very strong in time. When I came to Parliament at the age of 32, 33, I met you at the Studio Musters. And then you at PNGC. So we met a young politician. That is for public consumption, purely meant for. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Leader of Government Business One. I thank you very much for your presentations and trying to put the records straight. I will dwell on your presentations that you have made to this Honorable House. The reason why we are doing this, from the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic, we are now at the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. We are not Robert Stamp Parliament. We are not. My colleagues on the other side, they can attest to that. That we have passed laws that have classified us as a very strong parliament. And today, other parliaments are coming here for experience sharing. One is the repeal of the obnoxious law. 2, the libel law. 2 is the enactment of the Giwe Act. That is a novelty in the sub-region. The gender equality and women's empowerment is a novelty in the sub-region. The third one, that our elections reforms, we took over 4 months in doing election reforms. We debated the Public Elections Act 2022 for 4 months, and we are able to sail through. A journalist sent our phone numbers to the media so that people can attack us. Some of us, we use that platform to change their way of thinking and the way of behaving in terms of dealing with national issues. We did not act like them, but we use the moral standing to transform them to be a better Sudanese. The fear of accident cannot stop us from driving. I'm properly seated here to give a clear picture of what has happened. When I was in the opposition, and today I'm here as leader of government business. Mr. Speaker, let me start by supporting the core of the hotel that you do have. And let me also join that one by section 91 of the Constitution by voting. It's very important. By voting in terms of appointment. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Member, Mr. Speaker, permit me to read this provision. Section 91. Because we are going to vote, we already have quorum. We are not going to wait for people to tell us what to do. But by the law, we know what to do. Section 91, Mr. Speaker, with your leave. The permissions are granted. Let's proceed. Thank you. Voting in Parliament. Except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, any question proposed for the decision in Parliament shall be determined by a majority of votes of members present and voting. Members present and voting. So for this case, we are going to use section 91 for members present and voting. Mr. Speaker, by extension, he said we want to alter the Constitution when we started this whole business for trying to do reforms. I'm again queuing from what my colleague said when they prepared the white paper. That position, the search committee, came from us when we were in the opposition. We tried them and they rejected that they are not going to accept it. And it is here on white paper that they are not going to surrogate their powers based on section 53 of the Constitution used by the executive powers, which you have stated by my body. Very clear. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, proposals are not laws. Proposals are not laws. Bills are proposals to Parliament. Today I can move my colleagues, I can even propose that we throw it out. So be it. But we are Democrats. But so proposal cannot intend to alter the Constitution. But in fact, Section 108, subsection 8, gives this Parliament the power to alter the Constitution. Let me read. Because they said, we have altered the Constitution. You can fool people sometimes, but you cannot fool people all the time. As we said, they have stayed in government for too long. 11 years, they did not change the rules of procedure. Now they are crying foul. We proposed to them on this same provision that my colleague has read. They did not change. Came from us. Said for transparency, because the then electoral commissioner, Madam Komon-Tok, when she had any right to invalidate our results, she did without legislation. No law supported her. She did. And so Ekuma Berewa, his nephew is here, his niece is here today. His niece is here today for approval. He accepted the result on the grounds of peace and reconciliation and for Sierra Leone to forge ahead. People are using election as a conduit for violence, war. We on this other side, as I said the other day, esprit de corps. We support the good intention, as we did for the independence, as we did for the signing of the Economic Peace Accord. We sacrifice, we call for the Komon-Tok et al. To serve in governance for the sake of this nation. We cannot bastardize our constitution. So these provisions I have stated, by any means, we cannot attempt to alter the constitution by any means. But we use the full force of the law. Section 108, subsection 8, gives Parliament the power to alter the constitution. And it's not reasonable. They are now telling the people that we have to alter the constitution by only proposing a bill to the people of this country. They told us in 2012 to 2023, SO2, action past intention. That's what they told us. I was there in 2012. Action past intention, pleasing excuses. Even when we propose things, when we are on record for good governance, they are on record for bad governance. They are on record for bad governance. So we cannot just go and alter constitution as they are feeling it. This is Sierra Leone. We, SLPP, when we speak about democracy, we have evidences to speak to the facts that we have the quality, the caliber of people in the SLPP to further with democracy. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, as I have said, I read, he said, strenuously, I was trying to prove the provision of 32.3 by extension 32.4, and also to prove to this honorable House that the rules of procedure was followed, and trying to get the spirit of section 32.3. We got a letter or the registered political parties list from PPRC. Mr. Speaker, let me entreat this House and the country at large. Section 35 of the Constitution, 35.1, 35.2, Mr. Speaker, for PPRC, let me read. 35.1 and 2, Mr. Speaker, with your leave, if you permit me. I will read slowly. Proceed. Thank you. Subject, the side notes, colleagues, registration and conduct of political parties. Registration and conduct of political parties. Subject to the provision of this section, political parties may be established to participate in shaping the political will of the people, to disseminate information on political ideas and social and economic programs of a national character, and so to sponsor candidates for presidential, parliamentary, or local government elections. 35.2, Mr. Speaker, with your leave. The internal organization of a political party shall conform to democratic principles, and its aims, objectives, purposes, and programs shall not contravene, Mr. Speaker, shall not contravene or be inconsistent with any provisions of this Constitution. Mr. Speaker, Section 32.3, as my colleague said, If we have flouted provisions of the Constitution, he has no business to sit here. We have not flouted any provision in the appointment of Mr. Edward Sylvester. In fact, what he has done, that's what we call him father of democracy. He has seen it all. A man who has been vilified unnecessarily, bastardized, chastised. I have never seen a sub-region, a presidential candidate that has been vilified, that has been molested like President Bio. I have never seen that. He was attacked in Bo. I was with him. We came to court. They are mocking us. They use a court to mock us. They did not treat the case seriously. I have never seen such humiliation. President Bio, you are a man of God, man of the people, a pure and upright Democrat. Key from that, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I read the provisions. I read the letter they sent to the president, the affront, the disrespect. He has not abrogated any provision in the Constitution. What he has done, he has just cleansed 32.3 by taking it to some levels. And Honorable Tawa said, quoting the Constitution, the president has no business even to go further by defining Constitution. But he has cleansed that provision by writing to political parties. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, for me, just because it is the fountain of honor, the respect of leadership, they have sent out 2 letters. The president sent out a letter for them to discuss and arrange and accept or reject the appointment in the form of consultation of the approval of Mr. Edmund Alpha. They ought to know better. They have been in governance for far too long. I was expecting them to approach the president both in writing and in physical terms. That is what we did when we had issues under the administration and leadership of John Opojo Benjamin. We did that one. Under the late UNSJA, when our results were invalidated, without the use of law, and the real protect is Komon-Tok. And when my brother said, we should not be celebrating in the appointment of the Chief Electoral Commissioner at all levels. We should be questioning the Electoral Commissioner. Because we have seen where we appointed Dr. Komon-Tok. Dr. Komon-Tok. And Sonobera was so happy. And she said, and he said, brother, and he said, she is my Catholic sister. Classification of nomenclature and support in descriptive terms cannot show the characteristics of human beings until they are contribution. Mr. Speaker, she invalidated 477 police stations. In specific, just to give them power. And there was a slogan, they are praise and singing, mocking us. Solomon Ekuma Berwa, blessed memory, the negotiator for the Peace Accord, he is in heaven. Trust me, he is in heaven. He is in heaven. He said, I am not going to consult anybody. I am going direct and congratulate him. He did this on record. SO2 where they asked him, why you want? See, I say this nation. Just from the war, just from a civil war, brutal civil war on record. In the sub-region and beyond the sub-region. And he apologized to us. And he said in this interview, she had no business in invalidating those results. No law supported her. Mr. Speaker, we accepted. Because you must respect your leader. Trust your leader. That should show that one by respecting and trust the leadership they have. But don't have respect for leaders of other political parties, or even the respect of a president, which they were 11 years, they didn't change the laws. But to misinform the public, Mr. Deputy Speaker, we are not gullible to the extent that we mortgage our education. We are not gullible to the extent that we cannot read between lines. We are not gullible to the extent that we don't feel the suffering of our people. Who feels it knows it. We appointed Komon-Tok, and he took us to opposition. We were there. And the second time, colleagues, she said, when she had the law to invalidate, and she described us after a few days, and she used the radio and said, go police. Go police. Expel the call. We on this other side. President Bio, then at that time, opposition candidate, opposition leader. At that time, I was just a candidate. John Opojo Benjamin was the chairman of the party. Chairman of the party. At that time, we went to court. They ruled against us. And he said, I respect the court, but I disagree with their ruling. A Democrat, a President Bio told us that I respect the court, but I don't accept their ruling. I'll move on. He went to the State House. They called him. He was there in a meeting, and he expressed his dissatisfaction too. But the call of the president at that moment, ex-vice president Ernest Bai Koroma, the function of honor at that time, he went there. So you should behave as a Democrat, because he has the hindsight. He transformed this country at a very critical moment, from a struggled country, dying country, to a democratic state. Giving out in some personal or selfishness, say, for the sake of this nation, I will even sacrifice my friend, my brothers. That is where we are today. But let me not come to describe why we should believe in him and why we should accept this nomination. In 2023, we took 4 months discussing the Public Elections Act 2022. I said I'm better seated to tell the nation the truth. Today is the moment. We are just like me, I will tell no matter back. They are calling me to, as I speak, Mr. Speaker, I have the voice notes. I said I did not chase them because I'm a leader. Went out and I've spelled it on you. People describe you in their own language at times. It just defines their upbringing. You just told me their upbringing. So what we have done? In 2023, after we have struggled to put in place election laws, they went to Buffis Hotel in August 19, 2021, before the enactment of Public Elections Act. Proposed to us that we should deal with the PR system, the unaccepted, and other reforms. Most of those reforms were enacted in the Public Elections Act 2022. And after election 2023, they did not go to court. As I said, we are not responsible if your education cannot serve you to be a civilized person. But if you are carefully educated, Mr. Speaker, you should be able to clearly distinguish between what is good as a right citizen and what is bad as another citizen. I should be able to understand Section 97 of the Constitution as a member of Parliament, what you should do to come to Parliament and what you should not do to tell the political party not to come to Parliament. 97 of the Constitution. Moya Mangura, God bless you. I respect your view. Thompson, God bless you. I respect you, Honorable Thompson Moya Mangura. You have no case. You are fully covered by Section 97 of the Constitution, Act of Assembly of 1991. In fact, Section 171, subsection 50 of the National Constitution, any variation, inconsistency with that of the National Constitution is null and void. And in fact, that is expressly stated in Section 35 of the PPRC Act, of Section 35 of the 1991 Constitution, that political parties should conform themselves to this Constitution. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, so in 2023, after the elections, these colleagues to this nation, today they are bluffing, sounding, trumpeting the Peace Commission. I was the one who moved the motion for Peace Commission, and I debated. Sometimes you don't follow the messenger. You look at the context of what you are doing, and you have to be futuristic. Because we are futuristic on this other side, and we have vision for this country, which we have demonstrated. Professor Francis, then Chief Minister, presented that bill to this chamber. My colleagues on the other side, at that time, Honorable Ibrahim Kago was sitting there. They marched out for us to strengthen our democracy, for us to respect some of the recommendations from the TRC report, that we should have a peace commission. So we can sit somewhere, we can have a platform where we can discuss issues affecting this nation. They forgot about all the goodies. Because Professor Francis described them as racketeers and thieves, they marched out of the chamber. They did not follow the spirit and the intent of the bill we had. And they left. But as I said, we have the goodwill of the people of this country. We have them at heart. We enacted the commissions that bill. Today, the Peace Commission was enacted by the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic. That is what they are quoting today. It is the same Peace Commission who sets the tripartite committee. The same Peace Commission talking about, which they ran away from. They march out because they don't believe in the messenger. What a trivial thought. What a trivial way of behaving. But we went ahead and we went to that commission, to that committee, called by PPR, called by the Peace Commission. Why? Because we have respect for democratic institutions. I was there since day one to the last day. The tripartite committee report has no force of law. Has no force of law. I will tell everybody, it's a recommendation. In fact, in the drafting of some of the clauses, they wanted to put a legal language. I said, don't use it. And the man from AU supported me. A very well-landed lawyer said, no, you cannot put investigation. Go and read that report. We are not saying we cannot look at those recommendations, but they are not there to see, they are dictating to us in the most disrespectful manner. They cannot disrespect the president, and they allow us to sit with them in such a fashionable manner to discuss issues of national interest. Respect comes first. They have been in governance for 11 years. They know the powers of the presidency. They want to molest the seats of the presidency, not for President Bill, but for goodness sake, for the respect of this nation, respect that seat. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we are fully aware of the provisions of the Public Elections Act 2022 enacted by this Parliament, Mr. Speaker. 92, Section 92, and Section 143 of the Public Elections Act. My colleague, let me refer you. The 92 has to do with the district returning officers for police stations results. They are misinforming. They are misinforming the people of this nation. These aggregated results. In the committee meeting that was called by Peace Commission, I said there is nothing in the electoral language that we call these aggregated results. We refer to them by police station results. For every institution, they have their own jargons, how they describe their own way of doing things. Read Section 92. I don't want to disturb you. But that is what you should use to aggregate district results. That's how it goes up to accumulated into regional results and for the national pronouncement for the national results of elections. 92. Now, 143 of the Public Elections Act again, 143, that has to do with elections offenses, petitions and courts. Election offenses and petitions courts. Those provisions with a caption, election offenses and petition courts. When you are aggrieved, you don't take to the street to look for political justice or for look for electoral justice. Electoral justice, rather. You don't take to the street to ask for electoral justice. You go to the court. We start with APC in this chamber. We enacted these laws. They forgot about the laws. They abrogated the position. They disrespected the laws and started to tell people to go to the streets. Try to create disturbances. Try to see as if we cannot govern. Because we are in full respect of the law. We are respectful of society, of what we have enacted in this parliament. We decided to engage under the Peace Commission because it's an act of parliament. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, you cannot misinform people when the writings are very clear in Section 92 of polling results. and Section 143, election offences and petition court. You did not respect those provisions, and you try to instigate citizens, your supporters, to follow you to go to the street to cause unnecessary crisis in this country and mayhem. We cannot accept it. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, as I have done bit of this edification by citing the provisions in the Public Elections Act, the Constitution, and by extension, my colleagues, they have read the white paper presentation, and by extension, certain agreement that you have done, we are in full gear and in full position, as I have read my paper for my report, in full compliance with the law, to appoint Mr. Edmond Sylvester Alpha as a proposed commissioner, as a proposed chief electoral commissioner, to man the 2022 elections. Mr. Speaker, we have no regrets. We have no regret in doing it. Our basis of doing it is because we are fully supported by the law. The law is fully backing us. We have seen it both in opposition and we have seen it when we are in governance. We should be sincere. We should present ourselves as credible politicians now. For far too long, the people of this country have no respect or confidence in politicians. President Biya has taken a new trajectory to change the dynamics. They call him talk and do. To look at the transformative drives, you should be a listening leader, which he has done in the form of consultations. But they have refused to understand. But we cannot hold them if they cannot understand. Let them stand on it. That's not our responsibility. Mr. Speaker, I told you, 17 political parties, 13 approved the appointment of Mr. Edmond Sylvester Alpha. And they are also here in this chamber. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for behaving like an actual citizen. Tomorrow, if you also take another channel, I know you can challenge us if you are not doing the right thing for good governance. They don't believe in good governance. They are always trumpeting what they think is good for them. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. And we are here not because we want to bloat anything. We are here basically because we have the law supporting us to this appointment. And as I said, we have responsibilities on this nation. Mr. Edmond Alpha has acted for 7 months as Chief Electoral Commissioner. But can we put him down as acting? He has limited authority in that position. And Dublin as a commissioner for South Region. How can we function, as Honorable Gura said, or Honorable Tawa said? We do electoral reforms, 1 year towards time, you challenge us. We do electoral reforms, 2 years towards time, you challenge us. Where do we stand? Jungle justice? We do not believe in jungle justice. We believe in the rule of law. Esprit du corps. Mr. Speaker, let me give you a story. In 2012, I was here. This is real. It's good for us to know. I was in this chamber. I was sitting right there. The second row on the other side. They brought in electoral reforms less than 6 months towards elections. To pay for election fees, 100 million. And they gazetted it in the form of a statutory instrument. They thought you don't have money to pay. But it's not about money. It's about the rules of procedures. It's about obeying what we have ratified in this house, what you have all accepted in the sub-region. ECOWAS protocol cannot permit you to change election rules less than 6 months towards the election date. And they brought it less than 6 months towards election date. May the souls of Honorable Elizabeth Lavali, may the souls of Honorable Emmanuel Tommy rest in perfect peace. Amen. They stood up over there. They came back to the floor of the chamber, to Mr. Speaker, and took the paper. We tore it apart and we disrupted the whole city. Because they were doing the wrong thing. Mr. Speaker, let me tell you the truth. They went ahead with the payment. They went ahead with it. In fact, calculating the benefit for late Elizabeth Lavali and late Emmanuel Tommy, they have money to deduct. Yes, They purported the then president, and by Komon said, I will pay for them. Why they cannot pay? We say we are not going to pay because we cannot bastardize the law. It's on record. They pay. I can challenge anybody on that. Because I was very close to the chairman then. I was very close to President Bio at that time, the opposition candidate. Mr. Speaker, we are not saying we are going back to the old days, but let us transform our ways of doing things. That is why we should believe in the rule of law. We should believe in the law that we have enacted. We can challenge you 1 million times if the rules are not appropriately implemented. That is why we said we have not done anything. We have taken aback, taking the provisions one after the other, talking about the issues we have at hand. We have tried very much to accommodate our colleagues. President Bio has tried as much as he can to make sure that our colleagues on the other side understand the language of pure democracy and the principles of the rule of law. But they refuse to understand the dictates of democracy supported by the rule of law to take to the jungle justice. We cannot accept. We can't accept that. So at this moment, colleagues, at this moment, I will not go over all of the nominees. What the matter? The committee is fully all right. I cannot take you one by one. But let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, as we sit here, we don't put square peg in one hole. The PPRC Act, the Gender Equality Act, is in full view to support women in position of trust. That is why I quoted section 58 subsection 2. Section 58 subsection 2, colleagues, is there to support women. So then you do the calculations. We have more than 30% of women appointed. This group plan, more than 30%. We don't just shout, but we implement the rule of law and support documents that we are passing this house. That gives us confidence and trust to the people of this country. That is what President Bio is doing. We are not doing any wishy-washy business. We are carefully going through the rudiments of democratic processes and make sure that things are done the appropriate way. That is why we didn't. We are not like that. We are pure and applied citizens, well cleansed with the blessings of one country, one people, well disciplined. We have respect for leadership. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say I will join my colleagues to say I will present this candidate, especially for the ladies, to be approved by all the members of this House. ask for, when they have electoral justice, it is in this realm of power. We have assumed the seat of the Security Council as the president presided twice. In the same vein, when they discredit President Leo, he has also is the chairman of ECOWAS Affairs of State today. When they discredit us, my brother, elder brother, my predecessor, who acted as chairman, he has as the leader and president. Don't mind them. Why they discredit us? That we are bastardizing constitutions, we have no respect for people, we have people in the national platform don't respect us. Honorable Sidi Tunis, my predecessor, was the former leader of government business, was the speaker of ECOWAS. So, look at the political formula.
Honorable leader of government business.
Yes.
Do you know Honorable Sidi Tunis is being missed today at the ECOWAS party?
Yes.
Because ever since he left, nothing much is going on. So everybody say, oh, Honorable Speaker, the former Speaker, the former Speaker. You have been missed. Thank you very much.
I will join Mr. Speaker to congratulate you for your service to this nation and beyond. Your words, your actions speak for you. Why did you scale it us, sir? You served as the Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament. And we continue. They said we cannot win the elections at Security Council, and President Leo won. When she was quietly sitting, after going to the street for looking for electoral justice, President Leo was crowned. Oh no, that was not election. Was crowned the chairman of ECOWAS and head of state after having the election. So long. So for us, it's not the vessel that causes the necessary noise. It is the volume of ideas and political reforms. It is the respect that we have shown to the sub-region and beyond that has pushed on a position of trust. We don't run shambolic government. Oh, you are just adding to the credentials. Mr. Speaker, he's the chairman of CITEN at EU. UN also. But it's so much. Let them go and do the balance. I'm not responsible for that education. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, as I have said, all the nominees presented here, we support them because they are fit for purpose and they are demonstrated in their previous responsibilities as good citizens, and we continue to support them even when they are put by the South. Mr. Speaker,
leader of government business.
Yes.
I know you are a repository of knowledge and ideas.
I am summarizing now.
But please don't
I'm
forget.
learning.
Please don't forget. This is prayer time.
I'm learning now. You know, they told me when I was speaking a presentation earlier on, they said, we don't cancel the prayers. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, we are happy that we can get the attention of Sudanese to understand what we are doing as parliamentarians. We understand that we cannot deprive the people of this country on a well-constitutional footing or other legal instruments. We cannot misinform the public, but we can help the public understand what we are doing here. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to present to this House I haven't given all the descriptions of all what has transpired, giving the support of why we are presenting these nominees to this Parliament for approval. We have given its proper definition and classification of everything that we have done and given the rules of procedures. I now submit to this honorable House. Mr. Speaker, I therefore move that the seventh report of the third session of the Committee on Appointment and Public Service which was on the 25th, which was on February 25th, and unanimously approved the recommendations to this House by the members at the committee meeting of this report by the appointments and the Public Service Committee be adopted by this House, and the recommendations contained here in the act. Mr. Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, without government business. Honorable members, the question is that the seventh report of the third session of the Fifth Parliament of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service be adopted by the House and the recommendations contained therein be approved. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay.
The motion on the committee on appointments and the
Please sit down, please. Please sit down. Please sit down.
No, the motion has to be announced.
Yes, please sit down. Proceed with the announcement.
The motion of the committee on appointments and the public service has been approved.
Let me at this stage, on behalf of Parliament, congratulate you on your approval. Go and do Sierra Leone. Do your job without fear of people. Help this nation. Thank you very much, Melika. Honorable Chairman, Higher Education. Please meet me in my chambers.
Yes, sir. I will.
Yes, immediately after sitting. Honorable members, occupy your seats. Honorable members, occupy your seats. We are in the face of the gallery. That's not how it is done. Occupy your seats. Honorable members, occupy your seats. Let's allow the gallery to leave. Sergeant Tata, please ensure the hurry up. Let them hurry up. Announcements. Members of the commission, we cannot meet today because other commissioners, most of the commissioners are not here, so we cannot meet today. But we'll meet when we return. In the circumstances, these sittings are adjourned to the 24th of March, Tuesday the 24th of March 2026 at 10 a.m. prompt.
24th. We're observing Ramadan after Ramadan.